Only chumps make a sale for just the money. Badass millionaires make a sale to acquire a client, a friend, and to build a future relationship. As the great Dan Kennedy always says, ordinary businessmen, 99% of business owners and entrepreneurs, make a sale for money. When the top 1%ers, they make a sale to create and start a relationship. Big distinction. Huge difference in mindset. Huge difference in how you're running your company. It's all about, in business, in my 31 years in multiple different companies, it's all about the client, and the equity is in the relationship with the client. Making and attracting a first-time buyer, okay, most often not even at a profit, many times at a loss, with the long game, long-term thinking of starting a meaningful personal relationship with the prospecting client. In other words, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years. When I sold McLean Insurance 4.5 years ago for a record industry multiple, the equity and the reason I was able to sell McLean Insurance for more money than most other insurance agencies wasn't because of systems. It wasn't because of desks and computers or the building or even the employees or even me. It was they bought and paid for the relationship that we had with our 9,000 plus list of clients and prospects. They paid for the relationship that we had with our 66,000 prospects. We had captured their emails, their cell phone numbers, their physical addresses. These were the people that had the potential of being future clients. The value of your business, the equity, your big payday eventually when it's time to walk away into the sunset on your terms is about how strong is your relationship with your list. This is what drives me crazy for all the restaurants and businesses that Krista and I visit in a year. It's just staggering how many never capture even our name. If they capture our name, they don't capture our email or our cell phone number, let alone our physical mailing address. So they've just walked away from the complete equity building opportunity in the business. Instead of building a list, I become a one-time customer in most cases. They're not at a position where they can communicate with me anymore. And if I come back to the business, it's all because I've chosen. When we build our list and we build a relationship with our list, any business I've been involved in, from barber shops to hockey teams, to window washing companies, to insurance agencies, and especially business and marketing consulting, it's all about building the relationship with the list. How do you build a relationship with a list? You need to capture the person, the prospects, the client's information so that you can begin building a relationship on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, building the equity and the relationship in the business. It only makes sense in any business I've been at. As soon as a person contacts our business, we're capturing their email, we're capturing their cell phone number, we're capturing their physical address when possible. And then we have multimedia, owning our own media. I even capture fax numbers now in terms of my companies, so I can show up like nobody else. But I can use these different medias to create relationships with our existing clients and our prospects. And if you don't have that contact information, it's not possible to grow those relationships. Here's the other thing too. is when the day that comes for me to sell my father and son's #1 rated barbershop. Okay, that we've been at that for 5.5 years. And when most people sell a barbershop, if they can sell it at all, they sell it for content, maybe a little bit of goodwill. In other words, they're selling the computer system, they're selling the furniture, and they're selling, it doesn't really make much difference. You might sell a business like that for $15,000 or less because the equity is in the list, and most small business owners don't have a list. So in my case with the barbershop, since day one, 5.5 years, we have been capturing the email, the full name, the cell phone number, and when possible, we gift them, we ethically bribe them to get their mailing address. So we have this massive client base, we have this massive prospect base. Anybody that has visited our shop even one time is on our mailing list. They receive emails, they receive the odd text, they receive a newsletter, they receive promotions at Christmas and Thanksgiving and in the summer. We've built a relationship with literally tens and tens and tens of thousands of people who are just stopping in for a haircut, a hot towel shave, and maybe a beer. But that's the difference, is when it becomes time for me to sell that barbershop down the road, I'm able to sell that to someone, corporation or somebody privately, and literally hand them the real money, which is the relationship in the list. And an intelligent buyer will know. They'll know that how many emails we have. They'll know how many physical mailing addresses we have. They'll know, how the relationship bond we have with our prospects and clients. And that's why I'll be able to sell that barbershop when the day comes for a record multiple. Certainly a lot more than most small businesses, where they end up closing the business after their life's work because they simply don't have any relationship. They haven't built a list. They don't have the equity to hand somebody and say, okay, look at this. I've got a relationship with these 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 prospects and clients. And that's where they miss out on the big payday. So I'm telling you right now, one-time transactions are for chumps. And that's what 99% of business people do. One transaction, run away, never heard from again. I bought two vehicles this year. And in both cases, it was as soon as I was off the lot, here I am 10 months later, not even offering service where the money is, which is oil and lube, not offering guarantees, not offering winter tires, zero, zilch. I now get the service done at a local garage instead. And you don't make money on that first purchase with a vehicle, but literally I don't get emails, I don't get texts, I don't get physical mail from them. It's as if I never even purchased the vehicle. And businesses like that struggle. They struggle with retention. They struggle because, most purchases, we lose money on the front end. Look at all the restaurants that Krista and Emery and I have been attending here in Naples that are just outstanding. But it's like we weren't even there. Like they never tried to capture our birthdays. They never tried to capture our anniversaries. They never tried to capture any of our contact information. So there's no possible way for them to contact us to invite us back to spend more money. So one-time transactions are for chumps. And building a list, building a relationship, and building the real equity in your business, which is the list, is for champions. I don't care what you're in business in today, start making it mandatory behavior that every single time a person contacts your business, whether online or offline from this minute forward, your employees, your staff, your receptionists, their #1 job above all else is to capture complete contact information. Somebody calls up to buy flooring tile or a pizza or make a dental appointment, anything that they're going to do, you have to make sure that you're getting your people to grab that entire contact information. And whatever you have to do to make sure also that, it's not always easy to get that information, but you can start simple. You can start with an email, and then you can build it out to a cell phone. Like I said, I'm old school building. My God, as a fifth media for my different companies, including this one, I'm building out a VIP fax list, because most insurance agents still have a fax. Most dentists and doctors still have a fax. Most restaurant owners still have a fax. So I'm showing up and I'm sending special information and ideas to these guys that are on my fax list. So Operation Critical is to build your list and build it in as many ways as you can. And the last thing I'll say is chumps use other people's media, and it's so dangerous, because if you're using Facebook or YouTube or Google or any of that stuff, that may be great to attract prospects and sell, people into your world, but you better get them out of those worlds that are owned by somebody else. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, those are all owned. Those are borrowed medias. So you need to move them out of those worlds as quick as you can and into your business world where you control things. Your email server, your physical mail, your fax, things that can be controlled. So if those things ever get shut down on you, you wake up some morning and all of a sudden, your email no longer is using your Facebook account is shut down, or your YouTube. Let's face it, maybe you're canceled or deplatformed for doing next to nothing. You still have your own medias, your own mailing lists, and all that good stuff to continue business as usual. So that's it. That's how champions operate. They build their own lists, they build their own offline medias, and they secure themselves and put a fence around it. That's it for today. Michael McLean, badassmillionaire.com. Must be closing in on 140 straight days of shooting at least one video. I'll have to check with Mark, my marketing director, to find out. But it's just amazing what you can accomplish when you set your mind to doing one or two goals per day. Not 15, not 20, but one or two things that improve your life and your business. And shooting videos is one of the things that I've been doing before Christmas this year. And it's my goal to shoot one of these every single day, 365 days. So by the inch, I'm getting there. That's it for today. 2 words, men, 2 words that changed my life, and 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.